Hi, everyone. Welcome and thank you for joining us here today for this orientation program. As a trustee of Datta Meghe World Academy, I am humbled and honored to address all of you here today and to express our gratitude towards your trust and support over the last 30 years. We at DMW are committed to providing exceptional education to our students, focusing on academic excellence, on children's development, and a very holistic way of learning in a very nurturing environment. And to add force to this mission, we are excited to announce a new international curriculum in our school campus, Datta Meghe International. And we're looking forward for all of you to knowing more about this program. This program will provide extracurricular activities and a very holistic way of learning and an international way of learning for all our students, and providing them with very quality education. So, if this is something that resonates with you, please get in touch with our administration team for further inquiries and details about this program. Our mission at Datta Meghe World Academy is to provide quality education. This is what my father's dream has been in this area of Airoli, is to provide quality education at a very affordable price. And so help us serve your children with quality education and help us shape your children's future along with you. Thank you very much.
So once again, a very good morning to all of you. You were listening to our trustee, Ma'am Shama, and she has briefly introduced, about the activity that we are doing and we are progressing. Datta Meghe World Academy has already carved its niche in 10 years of its existence in Airoli, and children are in a very loving and nurturing environment, being developed into good human beings. That is what we really emphasize. Besides teaching learning process, the character building, that is a very very important aspect, and we always see to it that our children nurtured in that particular way. Uh, Excited with that, that kind of schooling that is happening. Management has taken a little view ahead and started a new venture, that is Datta Meghe International, which will be an IGCSE school. Our basic thrust is that in a campus, all sort of options are available. So you have a state board, you have a CBSE school, you have an international, and to talk more about this international school, dear friends, amidst us, we have a very renowned educationist, a very experienced person sitting over here, Dr. Arundhati Hoskeri. She is, as I'm going to read, I feel really honored that we have such a humble person sitting amidst us to talk about this international curriculum and the foundation of this international school. With a vast experience of 3.5 decades in education field, working as principal, director, and out of that, more than 2 decades as principal, director, manager of renowned, schools, international schools of IGCSE, IB curriculum. She is currently mentoring as consultant to many international schools. She is a motivational speaker and a corporate trainer also. In this particular experience, she has nurtured many renowned schools in Bombay and other states also for IGCSE and IB curriculum. Very multifaceted personality, multitasking. She is trained in international curriculum and pedagogies. She is MSc Zoology, MA English Literature, PhD in Education, and she has a trained consultant and professional in communication skills. She is a freelance journalist also, whose articles have appeared in international journals, newspapers, and she has authored various books which are available on Amazon. She is multilinguist and she is able to converse in 10 different languages. See, what a great personality that we have, very humble personality.
Thank
she has here. And her voice is also recorded in UNO Charter in 3 languages, which is available on UNO official website. This is about the academic. Now, talking about her co-scholastic aspect, she is a trained classical singer and she is self-taught visual artist, a poetess who has felicitated in Malaysia and Sri Lanka for the poetry. She remained the keynote speaker and panelist and moderator for many national and international conferences. She has gained, huge experience by traveling abroad, visiting institutions of repute abroad, and she is using that experience in developing the institutions of substance in India also. She has been, she's the recipient of many awards, accolades on the national and international. Dear friends, we have Dr. Arundhati Amisters. Ma'am, hearty welcome to you to the campus. And we are eagerly waiting for your words of guidance and motivation and about the international career. Thank you.
Good morning, parents. Thank you, Mr. Rajeev, for that warm introduction. You know, as far as I am concerned, only 2 things I tell. I am a lifelong learner and I am very, very passionate about education. I could have done so many things in life, but children is something I always resonate with. That is the future generation. The parents invest in us. So children are my passion. That is why I am sticking to it. By the time what was not covered is I am a cybercrime intervention officer also. I am on the Cyber Cop Connect. I work for that also, but I'm not taking it as a mainstream. The reason I'll tell you, like, you know, as a Cambridge educator, we have something called as digital literacy. I'll be talking about it. So every time I had to look for somebody to come, I was a principal at that time. So every time I had to find out who is doing that work in parents and call him. I said, yeah, like why I should run around. So let me do. So I explored. I did a course. I scored 98%. And then I started training my children about cyber safety awareness and how to do and all. That's how my journey. So if I feel, even if this kid knows something better than me, I have no ego issues, I will go and approach him, come on, teach me, you know. That is the thing. Like I think I have always kept the child alive in me. That is again the basic fact of international education, open-minded and lifelong learning. With this note, let us begin. Let us try to understand what this entire program, like, you know, Cambridge program, how does it operate? So you will get a complete glimpse of this program. I think I should be standing here. Okay. So coming to curriculum, what happens is we have, as you all know, in India, let me restrict my discussion to India. So we are having some national boards and some international boards. National boards, of course, we have state board, CBSE board, ICSE board. State board, all of you know because you all might have studied in state board because there was not much option 20 years back, 30 years back, I'm sure. After that, then, you know, CBSE board is another popular board in India, especially in North India. But, you know, thanks to people like Rajeev sir who have been striving to bring it to Mumbai also. He was just sharing with me. He was, part of the team that introduced CBSE schools in Mumbai. See how the whole thing comes together. So CBSE board also you are aware. CBSE and then ICSE is again a kind of more flexible than CBSE when we compare to. And there is a equal emphasis given on languages and humanities, which is missing in CBSE board. CBSE board is most of the time content driven. Okay, so you have to learn a lot, but I'm not criticizing any board. I am not here to compare and say this is good, this is not good. That is not done. Every board is good. See, state board also is very good. People who studied in state boards also have reached places. It's not that way. But see, now today what has happened is the entire scenario of education is changing. Earlier, after independence, why states came up with state board? Because at that point of time, as it is, we are all learning wrong history written by somebody else. Britishers come and write history and we try to believe that is history. And Portuguese wrote history, we believe. No, it is not like that. What is our history? So, state board schools came with that purpose. Okay, you study the state geography and state history and the local language, regional language, fair enough. Then national language Hindi was introduced. So state board was very free and standardized curriculum within the state. Then came a problem when we became independent India. So many states were there, but people who served in central government, they had to go on transfer. Na? So somebody from Gujarat may end up in Tamil Nadu may end up in Bengal. So what to do? The kids were at disadvantage because they were learning the local language. So then came the CBSE board. So CBSE board is again a standardized curriculum all over the country. Okay. ICSE, but here in CBSE what happens is language is not given that much of importance, in the sense they teach languages, but what happens is they are content driven specially for maths and science, and CBSE prepares the kids for attacking any exams in the, correct me Rajeev sir if I am wrong, see, for any kind of entrance in India itself. So that is good. ICSE gives importance to language, linguistic skills and humanities. Having said that, now why international boards? Why international curriculum? Okay. Now, we have two types of international curricula. One is the International Baccalaureate, that is called as IB, and the other one is Cambridge Assessment International Education. In short, we say Cambridge International. Now, today the entire scene has changed. See, it is not that my son is going to remain in Mumbai, he will not even go to inner side of Maharashtra, or he doesn't go to other state. No, kids are ambitious, parents are ambitious. So, they want to send their children abroad. And you know what? Whenever I speak about international, whenever I conduct a seminar, people ask like, Arey ma'am, but you know what? We may not be able to afford to send our children to graduate studies and postgraduate studies to abroad. So why should we take up a Cambridge education? No, that is a myth. Don't ever think like that. Don't think that everybody who studies in Cambridge are going to end up in other countries. No, it is not like that. You are free. Choice is yours. Children will be so well prepared. You will come to know why I am so fascinated by Cambridge way of education. See, even IB curriculum is very excellent, but again, it depends on the people, what you are seeking in it. Suppose you have a very well set business and you want your child to experience, go out in the world and become smarter and come back and sit on already a ready-made business he has to operate. IB is excellent, please go for it. But you know what? You want your child, most of us are professionals. So even if you are, coming from a humble background, and if you are a professional, you want your child to become a bigger professional, nothing wrong in that. Then this Cambridge education is really, really good. So we are going to see, I will be talking more about primary because we are going to start with the primary school over here. By the way, I was very happy with the first meeting with Reema ma'am and Shama ma'am. They are so down to earth, so humble. So they were very, very clear in one thing. What I liked about it is, actually whenever I associate with school also, some vibe should match, then only I enter, otherwise I keep away. You know what, I liked the enthusiasm of these people. Both of them were equivocal. They said, ma'am, we want to provide the best quality education to our parents at a very reasonable charge and affordable charge. Very first interaction, I really liked that idea. Because see, education at the end of the day is a service to society, it is not business. And anybody who is in education, they have some philanthropic idea in them, whether it is this school or any school. Otherwise, why running a school is not going to be an easy thing. It is such a big task, I am telling you. You have to keep the children happy, you have to secure their future, you have to keep the parents happy, and you have to keep the teachers happy, staff happy, and it is such a vast business, I would say. Better than running a school is running any business house, where it is cutthroat profit loss and whatever is written, that is much better. Then why people enter into it? Because they have some passion, something inner wish that we have to serve society, we have to give it back to society. So that I really appreciated in this institution. The Datta Meghe trustees, the way they spoke, I was very, very impressed with that, and that's how I got associated with them. So now let us understand what is this next. So Cambridge Assessment International Education, this actually offers qualification over 10,000 schools and in more than 160 countries. It means it has a worldwide presence. Tomorrow, if your child gets through grade 10 is called as IGCSE. How you call CBSE? Like we call it IGCSE, International General Certification of Secondary Education. So, and after that we have 11th and 12th, what you do in the other curricula, we have A levels. AS is the first year, A level is the second year. After A levels, your kids, if they are bright and if they want to seek admission, the whole world is open for them because it's a recognized qualification. And also this reminds me again, arey ma'am, we are not going to send our child abroad. Don't send. It is recognized in India also. Everywhere it is recognized. After grade 10, if you want to send your kid to IIT, put him for PACE and they can get admission. I have so many parents who did that because they were very clear that they want the child to go to IIT. Fair enough. Like you can definitely do that. So the world is open in India as well as abroad. That is one point you need to note. It's not always compulsory that you have to send abroad. What happens if I don't want to send? So that question is not there. Next. And it is actually CAIE, but they don't like us using acronyms. So I always say Cambridge International, okay? Cambridge Assessment International Education. It is a non-profit and non-teaching department of University of Cambridge. See, the University of Cambridge is very huge, okay? We are a part of that, which only looks after that schooling. Next. It was formerly known as Cambridge International Examination. People used to call it CIE and all. Now the name is changed to CAIE, but we have to say the full thing. Otherwise, we can just refer to it as Cambridge International. Next. Now, Cambridge International actually prepares the school students for life. This is a punchline or main focus of Cambridge. We are not preparing them for one particular exam or just getting some grades in the 10th position or in the 12th grade. It is not that way. We are preparing them for life. You will discover when I talk further, and we arrive, always we kindle that curiosity in kids. It is not rote learning. The lesson in Cambridge is very, very different. I'll be talking about how actually takes, giving you a couple of examples. And we create a passion for learning and it ensures global citizenship. What do I mean by global citizenship? It's not a Canada PR status or green card of USA. No. Globally or accepted is a global citizenship. If a child walks out of Cambridge curriculum, he already knows, he connects with so many people, there are MAN programs, there are student community, teachers are aware. So it is a 360 vision, it is not a horse vision. Okay, I have to run on this track and I have to reach and win the race. No, it is a complete 360 degrees. Kids are aware. Anywhere in the world they go, they will really, really do well in their life. That is what I would like to say. Now it comes why we should choose Cambridge curriculum. What is so great about it? See, you may have, after all, content, maths, Newton's law is not going to change in any curriculum. Okay, if I ask you to say, okay, talk about third law, action and reaction are equal and opposite. It's the same thing. Or if I say define an adjective, so you will say a word that qualifies the noun is called adjective. It is everywhere it is same. Then what is so great about this curriculum? Already our children can learn that in CBSE also and in SSA also. This question will definitely cross your mind when you are hearing about international education for the very first time. What happens is the curriculum, right now I explained why I gave you that backdrop of SSE and CBSE, standardization of curriculum. Here, Cambridge curriculum is provided by the Cambridge assessment for us to run, and that is designed There is a huge curriculum department. If you go to that Cambridge Assessment Center, you will see it is so huge, and there is an entire gamut of people sitting and working, and time to time summits are happening, time to time brainstorming happening. And not just that, they collect people like us also will float our ideas, we tell our things, and they incorporate that. It's a very dynamic system. It is not that people who are sitting in power are deciding. They may not even know what education is, but they are education policy makers. It is not like that. These are all very, very well educated people who are looking into this stream. So international curriculum means they take into consideration every nook and corner of the world and how it should be valuable and valid there. So validity and reliability is much more in this international curriculum. Now coming to teaching and learning, as I told you, the basic concepts are not going to change. They are going to remain the same. But the way we teach them changes, the pedagogy changes. In Cambridge, we never ever, Cambridge schooling, we never ever tell the children to learn the things, mug up and come back, learning by heart. No, it's not there at all. Even in English, our English is taught in a very different way. We don't say, okay, now what happens in the traditional schooling? There is a lesson and teacher says, come on guys, these are the 4 questions, mark, first question answer from here to here, second question answer here to here. One word if you miss, I'm going to cut half mark. This is what happens in traditional schooling. And then the children will mug up, whether they understand or not, nobody knows. They will write it in the exam. A child who scores even very good marks in English may not be able to speak English. Whereas in the Cambridge schooling, we don't insist on any learning of any question answers. There is no reference to context. There is no who said to whom. And there is no this thing. So here it is totally different. Now how we teach the concept is, so basically English is taught with 4 strands. The different strands are there. What is that? Listening, reading, then speaking and writing. So these 4 strands are there. So for that, what we do for reading ke liye, we will have a primary reader and all that, but we don't have lesson as such. In the examination also, unseen passage may be given with the familiar words. The children will read, the children will relate. And then there is a lot of brainstorming happening. It is not just reading the comprehension and writing. It is not like that. What we tell children is, all right, now you read the story. So what is the central idea of the story? Tell this. Which character you liked, you tell it. Okay, suppose you were an author, how would you end this, story? Or what you liked about this, what you didn't like about this. Or if I tell you, summarize the lesson in 2 sentences or 1 sentence, what will you do? Right from grade 1, I'm not joking, we make the children think. So this is how we make the children to think critically. Critical thinking and design thinking skills are inbuilt in Cambridge curriculum. So that is how the teaching differs, And then assessment. Assessments are very reliable, very standardized. See, grade 1 to 4, we have school assessment only, but under the guidance of Cambridge, how to assess. We get past papers, we get progression tests are designed by them, we can opt for that. Teachers are also given guidance where to cut marks, where not to cut marks, how to assess the children. And since there is no mugging up, there is no fuss. Of course, the spelling the child has to write correctly if I'm talking of English, or if it is mathematics, he has to do the whatever equations or whatever things we give, computations, everything they have to do. But there is no hard and fast rule. See, in the traditional school system, what happens? A child is working out a multiplication. Child may be very bright. I know this multiplication, I'll write the answer directly. Then the teacher will say, how did you get the answer directly? You have missed the steps, so 2 marks cut. This is ridiculous. Because a child sometimes may be better than what I am. That is a humble attitude every teacher in international education have. We never call them teachers as teachers. We call them as knowledge facilitators. Now, why we are knowledge facilitators? Because we are also learning something new. See, when you are teaching a child, it is not that only child is going to be taught, we are also learning. So, we are only facilitating and we make the children think, discuss, they are free to ask any question. That is how a classroom looks. And the assessments I was talking about, some assessments are formal, some are informal, some are summative, some are formative. So, different kinds of assessments. See, even through the discussion when we are doing, we can assess the child. while speaking or debate is going on, we can assess the child. So informal and formal, all the kinds of assessment happen in the program. Then next is international recognition. This I already spoke, because this program is validated and valid everywhere. Lot of recognition happens in 160 countries, more than 160 countries, and we become part of a global community. So that is why people are passionate about Cambridge education. Next. So this is how the roadmap of Cambridge schooling looks. So what do I mean by this? It's called as pathway. Actually, from grade 5 onwards, 5 to 11, we call it as a primary, Cambridge primary program. Before that also, early years also is available in Cambridge, but in this school already I think the preschooling is working excellent conditions, so they don't want to touch that as of now. So they are starting from grade 1 onwards. I don't know if they have future plans to continue, they may or they may not, but that is fair enough. So we are beginning with the primary program, 5 to 11 years. Now this curriculum actually, like it has got 10 subjects including mathematics and English and science. I will be speaking little more about that. Then we have Cambridge Lower Secondary. So Cambridge Lower Secondary is your middle schooling, what we call in other boards. So that is from grade 6, 7 and 8. Again the same 10 subjects are there, but general science is not general science 6th onwards. We split it into physics, chemistry and biology. That is how it happens, okay? And even in English, though we don't orally say it, a little bit of literature also will be introduced. The literature and language. Language development also is very important, so that also will be done. Then comes your secondary, upper secondary. This lower secondary is a middle school, upper secondary is your high school, what we call in normal language. So that is for grade 9 and 10. That is called as IGCSE 1, IGCSE 2. Okay, grade 9 and 10 mein, we have about 70 subjects to choose from. But out of those 70 subjects, 30 are languages, because we are talking of the world. So there is Arabic, there is Africana, there is Hindi, there is Tamil, there is Marathi, there is Gujarati, there is Kannada, anything, French. So many languages are also incorporated. And here the children are having the flexibility to choose their curriculum. Now what do I mean by that? See, in the normal schooling, what happens, if you want to go for a science stream, you have to study. Just now I was talking with sir. He said in CBSE we are very particular. They have to study science, mathematics, English, history. All the subjects are frozen that they have to study. ICSE gives little choice. They have a commerce stream, art stream and science stream. But in Cambridge education, what happens is, it is not just the stream ka choice. Suppose, like I am a student, suppose, and I want to study physics, chemistry and mathematics. I am not so keen on biology, because I am left brainy, like I am more towards technology and everything. But my father owns business. Tomorrow I have to come back and take care of my empire, business empire. So in that context, what happens is, I don't want biology, I want to go for business studies. Okay, take. We don't say no. So along with your physics and chemistry, mathematics, you can go in for business studies also. Or if you are passionate about economics, you can pick up economics also. Or ICT, you can pick up ICT also. Choice will be given. It is depending on every school, what subjects they offer at grade 9 and 10 level. So this happens. Then comes your 11th and 12th, that is A levels. So there actually 4 subjects, minimum number of subjects, maximum of the content you will study there. It is so deep, it is both lengthwise and depthwise, the syllabus is deep. So that prepares the learner. Suppose a child wants to go for medicine. Physics ka to, if they are very clear, I am going to pursue something related to biology, I want to do something related to medicine or paramedicine, whatever. Now medicine is not traditional medicine of becoming a surgeon or a dermatologist. It's not like that. It's so much changed now. And the child may select chemistry, biology, ICT, and I am interested about business studies also. Okay, these four combinations you take and learn. So you will be fully prepared in the subject what you do. Generally what happens is SSC and CBSE kids do extremely well. They get board rank also. When they go out, they are not confident of talking in English. See, I have seen so many students and so many thousands of people I might have interviewed in my tenure of 21 years as a head of school. So many people would come for interview and all that. It is a person who is not a teacher or anybody who is not able to talk good English does not mean that she or he is dumb. They are very intelligent. They are very creative, but they don't know how to articulate. Then there is a barrier. Opportunity strikes there. You can't grow. So, what we lay emphasis over here is, and see, fortunately or unfortunately, we have to, India is one of the countries where most of the people speak English, you know, and English is required for the Western world if we want to go and mingle with the world. Okay, if you are very clear, talk only Marathi and remain in Maharashtra, talk only Hindi and remain in India, but that is not the thing. And another thing, you know what, today we are living in the world of technology. We are preparing our children for the jobs which we can't even imagine right now. Now your kids are in primary. After 10 years or 20 years, the entire job market is going to change. There will I won't be surprised if the doctors are not sitting and examining the patients. Now already robotic surgery and everything has entered India. Virtual consultation is going on. And virtual teacher, one of the schools in Bangalore has put a virtual, robo who teaches science and mathematics. Very well clad sari and all that. So you ask a question, it is programmed, and that much the technology is going. But does this mean that we are going to do away with humans? No. Because we humans are very important to feed those machines and then the machines will act. So you have to understand that the future of your children is really, really going to be something out of your imagination at this point of time. Okay, so we have to prepare our learners, we have to prepare them. So for that is where the importance of Cambridge education comes. Next. So assessment, again I spoke about assessment. These assessment are very well thought. This assessment is, Cambridge calls it, to transform learning. We assess a child not to give a comparison, okay, you got a first rank and she didn't do well and she is not good. We don't do that. What we do is, our system of assessment is to monitor learners' progress, we call it. We don't brand a child as dull or intelligent or medium range, we don't do that. Or average kid, no. We encourage every learner to learn something out of it, and it is a journey for us. So, if the child is unable to pick up certain concept, the teacher will think, okay, now how will I rewire this structure and how will I put it in their head? See, again I'll tell you, in Cambridge, teachers require a lot of time for preparation because they are not walking with a textbook and making the children mark and read, I will read, you read and lesson is over. No. You have to be very creative. Lot of learning strategies, learning atmosphere is totally different. We take group activities, we involve every learner and they are free to ask questions, and you have to be innovative, and so many activity based programs. For that, a teacher has a lot of homework to do. That is the reason we give them, see, in my tenure as a principal and director for 21 years, what I used to do is, I used to put it in their timetable only. So that teacher, see, if I tell, okay, I'm giving you, say, for example, 15 periods or 20 periods of teaching, remaining thing you have to do. They are also confused. They don't know what to do in the remaining period. Traditional schooling mein 34, 35 periods also people get. So 15 periods I am free, what? I don't know what I am supposed to do. So they will while away the time, and then when the pressure comes, then they will start cribbing, oh my God, I am not able to finish this, stress build up. So we don't want all that. So in the timetable itself, I would arrange the meetings. Okay, you will be having subject collaborative meeting, you will have with your, sit with your this, and you will prepare your lesson plan. So like that, it's a well thought, well designed program, I would say. So assessment is there to provide feedback and check the, monitor the progress, check the achievement. So we try to measure potential. We are not trying to brand a child as, intelligent or dull. No, we just monitor and we guide them. It's a continuous process. Next. Now, another beautiful aspect about, Cambridge International is we have something called as learner profile. Now, what is this learner profile? Are we going to just we are going to put the posters, but are we just going to put the learner poster and say, come on children, come on read, what is it, confident, what is it, responsible? No. We have to incorporate that in every lesson. Every lesson, when a teacher plans a lesson, she is supposed to write what is her learning, teaching objective, and what are the learning objectives for the kid, what is the learning outcome, how success, it's a very vast process. So you just can't go and say something and finish the thing and give homework and make the children write in the notebook. No, it is not that way. So we have to incorporate all these things. So every Cambridge learner need to be confident. Confident means what? Sometimes, confident word is used in a very wrong sense. People talk any rubbish and back answer you and say, I am confident, I don't care, I am very transparent. No, you are rude. You are not confident. If you don't care for other person, whether he is elder, younger, whatever, if you don't worry for the feeling of others and talk, you are a rude person. You are not a confident person. What is confidence? Confidence is to accept your fault and even accept others' fault also. Okay, fine. I can also go wrong. You can also go wrong. So in what way? It is a kind of adult to adult conversation. Fine, I am wrong. You are wrong. Now let us come on, correct the situation and how we are going to remediate it. That is confidence. Okay, so in working with ideas and information, so this happens in debates and group discussion. Now why I brought this point is, the minute we say group discussion and debate, children will, like two groups we have made, A and B. Children will try to target the other group and say some rubbish to put that other person down. No, they are bound by the rules, like we teach them. You have to respect others' opinion while you give your opinion. I may disagree with whatever you say, that is my right. But I have no right to, what you are talking, I can't put you down. I'll say, I'm sorry, like you say, maybe that's right to you, but I disagree here. So then the person will ask, okay, then what is your take on that? Then this child will say, this is this, this is this, this is how I do. Then if the other child sees a point, yeah, I think I see a point. See, that is where we learn to accept. This may look very small thing, but this infiltrates in your life also. I have counseled so many people. I am a clinical psychologist also. I don't practice. Only parents were my clients actually. Every time they would come and confide and I used to sit and counsel. Literally, interpersonal skills are so poor these days. They fight like children, whether it's husband or wife or whether it is in a work situation, because they refuse to listen to others' views. What I say is right. So if I say cat has got only 3 legs, my wife should say, yes, it has got 3 legs. She can't say, no, it is 4. No, how dare she say, I am man of the house, you have to say 3 legs. That mentality, is taken away, because right from the childhood, we are making them balanced individuals. Now the next is responsible. What do we mean by responsible? First thing is being responsible for your own self. We teach a very small child, grade 1 and all. We tell them, you have to pack your own bag. You have to look into your timetable. Mama will help you, but don't wait. Otherwise, I don't know, some of you may agree or all of you may agree, I don't know, morning scene to send a child, I can imagine. Mother will be pushing something in the mouth, father will be putting the socks, and somebody will be combing the hair. Come on, oh, mommy, I want to sleep. Then, no, get up, go. Otherwise, your teacher will again send a red note. I don't like it. Come on. Then they will drag the child mouth full, because the child has got up. So, no, not such things. So, child has to become responsible. So, teach your child. You make them do. Don't do everything out of your love and this thing. So, on the previous day, what you do is, you tell the children, come on, let us pack your bag. First standard, I understand, very small kids, but they will be enthusiastically doing if you put this habit. Okay, put the bag ready, like keep the bag ready, or keep it on the table or wherever accessible. Okay, keep your uniforms ready, your socks ready, shoes also, shoe rack se bahar ka nikal, keep it over there. So train them like that. So the children also know, comb, everything. I have a grandson of 10 years old. We make him do, not that we don't love him or we don't want to do. Of course, sometimes what scene I told, it happens. Sometimes the child is unwell or it's understandable. But on daily to daily basis, they have to do. They teach them to take bath. Don't be always there to scrub and give bath. One of the days, if they don't scrub their body properly, water will wash them, it's okay. One day it's okay. So make them independent. That is what we believe in responsible. And how we do it in school is making them part of house system, extracurricular activities, co-curricular activities, assemblies, and teaching life skills. So what I spoke about you all is life skill. See, in India, unfortunately, what happens is, by default, male children are given a different treatment and female children are given a different treatment. A girl is expected to know everything. You have to know, oh, you are now 12 years, you don't even know how to make Maggie and tea, you have to learn. Teach your boys also. Don't make them dependent. Because if they go abroad and all, they have to cook themselves and eat, they can't depend on anybody. Make them fiercely independent. That is what we say. There is no differential treatment. And every boy child also, male child also must help mother in the kitchen. Why not? It is not only the prerogative of girls. Whatever they can do, ask them to fold the clothes, even if you have servants or even if you have house help, whatever it is, make them do, make them independent. That is what we mean by a responsible. Then reflective is as learners developing their ability to learn. What do I mean by this? We give them lot of projects, we arrange conferences, we arrange debates, and there are something called as MUN conference, okay, Model United Nation, where a world parliament kind of thing is cloned and children speak, and that's a very different thing. That happens in the middle and high school years. And then, writing the essays and journals, keeping a diary. So children start reflecting. The minute you write down something, you're very responsible. So we tell the child, like, okay, you have read a book. Just summarize the whole thing in 4 sentences. So when that's, even if I tell you, you will also start thinking, pura, like whole book, how am I going to? So you start thinking. So our aim in Cambridge schooling is to make the children think. Independent thinking, independent learning, and reflective thinking. So if something went wrong, suppose I don't do well in the class, instead of howling on the child, what a teacher will do, okay, you have, come on now, first sit and reflect, why did you get less marks over here? So the child will, first though they will create a big drama, they might come crying, I'm very good always, why are you giving me less marks, another child, stop comparing with other child, what is your problem, you sit here. So you sit and Arabs, if you cry, then we can't do. So I used to have a hilarious scene, So teachers would threaten if the children misbehaved in the class and all, I will take you to director ma'am's cabin. So then they will start, no, don't take. So before coming only, if they were very mischievous and all that, they would come. So even before entering, the tears would be ready. Okay? Even in middle school and high school, no, Arundhati ma'am, I didn't do anything, I said, I didn't say anything, come on, sit here, have a glass of water. And then I would get into conversation and I would tackle them. So children need to be tackled in a particular way. Otherwise, they will manipulate you. Don't underestimate the power of your children. So there is a dialogue, no? Don't underestimate the power of a common man. So don't underestimate the power of your children. Even at grade 1, they can manipulate you. I'll tell you one quick example of manipulation. See, suppose a child, you are wanting to go to a movie, you have bought 2 tickets. So your child has not gone to big call, potty. So you say, come on, go to the washroom. The child says, no. Go to the washroom, we have to sit there for 3 hours. The child refuses. Okay, if you go, I'll give you a big Cadbury. Then the child thinks, okay, this is the time now, what I can do. So he says, no, I'm not going. Why you are not going? Give me 2 Cadburys and then I will go. So the child, actually what he is doing, he is manipulating you. So that is how children can manipulate. So you should be extremely careful when you deal with children. Then innovative, again projects and science exhibition and problem solving techniques we do, use lot of methodology, and then we keep them always engaged. So we keep them engaged with so many activities. See, you have heard a phrase, na? Empty mind is devil's workshop. If a teacher goes, one of the days, see, teachers are also human beings. At sometimes what happens, as school authorities, as parents also, we expect too much from teachers. We feel that teacher means she has to be ideal. She can't say, yaar, she is also a human being. One of the days she may not be well, or one of the days she is mentally disturbed. She doesn't want to do anything. But if a teacher, on such days, if a teacher goes and says, Okay, children, I'm giving you free time. I'm very tired. Oh, teacher, then children will start running and jumping like monkeys in the class. And then there is no discipline. Then your principal will come running out. What is happening in the class? May I know? Because otherwise, principal will get pulled up. What was happening in the school? So everybody's system, how you relate to. So what we do is there are ample activities they are designed. On one of the days, even if the teacher doesn't want to, she can very well keep them engaged. Already pre-prepared sheets are there, pre-prepared games are there. So they engage them, and monitoring will not be, see, you may not be able to teach that day. Maybe you're a little unwell. So, but you can always monitor and make the children engaged. So that's how it works. So that is keeping engaged. Now, how do we support the teachers? Having said all this, see, frankly speaking, whatever teachers we absorb, they have not studied Cambridge curriculum. They will have gone to the state boards, CBSE boards or ICSE boards, fair enough. But as I said, Cambridge believes in lifelong learning. Everybody is a lifelong learner. Teacher is just a facilitator. She also keeps on learning. So we have a lot of support for her, So what we do is we train them. There are face-to-face trainings and online trainings, and curriculum framework is provided by the Cambridge to teachers. Then, teacher guides are available, and, how scheme of work is available, and what question, how you have to frame it, that is available. So model lesson plan is available, and endorsed list of textbook and publishers. This is one thing I wanted to tell. See, SSC school has got only the state board ka books already set, so you just have to go and buy. CBSE, I think, sir, NCERT, no? My knowledge is a little poor in CBSE. If I make mistakes, sorry.
Some private publishers.
So, NCERT books and some private publishers, so that only you have to buy. In Cambridge, they will not say, if Cambridge University has its own another wing of publication which is called as Cambridge University Press. They also make all the books. But at no point they say ki buy only our books. There are 4 or 5 endorsed publishers who the Cambridge International trusts and believes that they are doing justice to whatever the syllabus and whatever the curriculum is there. So they say these are the publishers we lay our trust in. Now you select. Every school along with the teachers sit and pick up whatever they want. Okay, so it's up to the teacher. If she likes a particular publication for science, physics, they will go. Chemistry, they may want to go for other publisher. Cool, like whatever you want to do. So that flexibility is there. And online, lot of online resources are there, videos are there, support material is there given to them. Then there are assessment guides, past papers, marking schemes, you name it, you have. Then we have something called as primary checkpoint at the end of grade 5, which is an optional exam. But generally why we make the children take is, it is a kind of benchmark. The test is a benchmark for all the learners. Our child will be compared with all the people in the world, like 160 countries or 200 countries, whatever I mentioned, 2000 countries, 2000 schools. So it will be on par with them. So assessment will be external, but that is choice. So that happens at grade 5 and also at grade 8. When they finish their lower secondary. So we come to know where that is again a diagnostic test. So we don't brand, oh, this child has come first, he must be super bright. No, nothing like that. So we say, okay, suppose a child has scored low in one of the papers, it means he requires adequate preparation for grade 9 and 10. That's as simple as that. So there is no focus on all that. And we get even progression tests and analytical tools also from Cambridge International. Then free trainings are there, webinars are there, videos are there, and self-study courses to get us help started. And connect with the Cambridge global community. We have on the Cambridge website, once we get a Cambridge affiliation, there is a primary teacher site, secondary teacher site. So wherein Teachers Hub it is called, so wherein we log in. We can converse with all the educators around the world. Suppose you are stuck in a lesson. You don't know how innovatively I can teach. So you don't have to, ask your friend from other school who will throw tantrums. Oh, I don't know. I also don't know, because people are very secretive about knowledge. I don't know why. Because you share more and more. You share more and more. You get it. Okay. So that Chanakya's this is there, no? Vardhanteva Nityam Vidyadhanam Sarvadhana Pradhanam. So it is actually the only thing when you share knowledge that goes on increasing for you also and for other person also. Anyway, so you can, there are people are very open-minded, they share. You put one question, I am stuck, I don't know how to teach this topic, can anybody help? There will be 10 people coming, see I did it like this, I did it like this. So whatever is comfortable you take. But at the same time you also contribute. If you come up with something, yeah, I did this way, so it will help others. So that is global community. Cambridge primary program is run in 2000 schools and in more than 120 countries. What are the subjects we offer? The first thing is art and design. It is something similar to the drawing, but it happens again in a different way. We teach them cubism, age appropriate. I am not telling they will become Picassos in grade 1 and 2, but we teach them all forms of art and design. And then Cambridge Global Perspective, it's a beautiful subject. I'll be talking shortly about it. Computing is your computer. And then digital literacy, I'll be talking about this also. Then English as a first language. English as a second language, we are not selecting. That is for the schools where the school is completely in other medium and they don't know how to talk English. That won't apply to India. So we do EFL, that English as first language. Then mathematics, music, physical education and science. Apart from this, they won't put a cap. Oh, you have to offer, now English second language is gone to 9. Oh, you have to give only 9 language? No. 9 subjects? No. You can add anything you want. It is so flexible. Now suppose I feel like teaching Marathi, you can teach Marathi. You want Sanskrit, teach Sanskrit. Or you want French, you teach French. Not just languages. You want to start with dancing, yoga, anything and everything you can. But basic things, no, we should not disturb. We can't say we won't teach maths and science and do other things. That is not permitted. Next. So Cambridge Lower Secondary also, I already spoke about it. This is again flexible curriculum with clear, LOs means learning objectives, okay. Learning objectives. It focuses on knowledge and skills on all the subject. It is not rote learning at all. And it lays an excellent foundation for high school years. Primary program lays foundation for middle school program lays foundation for your, high school. So subjects are same in primary, but science gets split into physics, chemistry and biology. And if you want to do social science also, you can do up to middle years. If you are passionate, no, I want them to know history of India, I want them to know history of Maharashtra, fair enough. You can keep one subject, history, geography also, and you can teach. Or EVS also you want to keep. Anything, there are a lot of things available, whatever you want you can keep. And then choice between Hindi and French. Usually it is a second language. So if your child is opting for French right from your primary years, generally some schools begin in grade 1, some schools begin in grade 3. It all depends on when you want to begin. Actually, in one of the schools where I worked, we had made it, junior KG, senior KG, nursery, junior KG, senior KG, grade 1. And we had kept Sanskrit. Let the child know our ancient language. They may not, we used to make a skit also with them and we taught. So every school has a different things. And then third standard onwards, and people liked it so much, parents were pestering us, please continue with Sanskrit also, but we have to see all other load, na? So we couldn't. Second tak we made it. Third onwards, we would put them on French till grade 10. So third to 8th, they will learn both Hindi and French. 9th and 10th, they can choose if they want Hindi or if they want French. That is how. So it depends on what we do. That already I spoke. So this is 4,800 schools in 146 countries. And again here, flexible curriculum, which is completely contextual and, very well-built curriculum, I would say. The framework is so good, keeping in lot of aspects. As I told you, it's a very scientifically designed curriculum. It is not that, okay, take last year ka book. You know what? Traditional schooling mein sometimes what the teachers do, how they teach? Last year ka book. This is a good student. Come on, you give your book to me. Notebooks they will collect. So next year ka lesson aram. So take that book. Usme pura you see, you can change 1 or 2 questions and then teach. That is not done at all because we don't have any such thing here. Books also, even the content changes. Lot of content at every level changes and we have to keep up with that. So there is a provision of 70 subjects using any combination. Next. Okay. All right, parents, now you have to answer. Only I am talking. The minute I say Domino's, what comes to your mind? Domino's. Pizza. How many pizzas? Raise your hands. How many of you said pizza? Please raise your hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But you know what? In Cambridge schooling, Domino's is not pizza. Domino's is a method used for teaching mathematics. Okay, so I have put this a picture over here. We get a set of cards like this. Now I told you that active learning, activity based learning and all that, how exactly we do. So suppose this set of cards is there, we distribute to children. So what we tell them is, you have been given 10 cards each child, or 15 cards, whatever. We will tell them, you have to find the numbers in combination. Pick any 2 cards and the sum should add to 20 or sum should add to 10. So they will be so enthusiastic in doing, so they will do. So you are teaching them how to add. Or multiplication. So they 1 and 2 grade, they won't understand multiple, multiplicand and all that. So simple thing. You select 2 numbers, small numbers, make sure that you provide them with smaller numbers. So you say you multiply these 2 numbers and what is the answer? Suppose I gave 2 and 3 dots. So they will say 2 3s are 6. Okay. Now is there any method of obtaining this? Then teacher tells, okay, now pick up the things and which add to 6. So children, then you may say, why all this boring? Like straight away, why don't you teach? So 2 3s are 6, make them mug up. But then their thinking won't go at all. Now when I tell you the other things, so actually you can teach division, multiplication, anything and everything with using these Domino's cards. Go to the next. Now this is dicey addition. We provide dice to children. So it is a group activity again. Every child will have to roll the dice, write down that number. So go on adding. This will come. See, again it is simple addition only we are teaching, but the way we are teaching is different. They are so excited to handle the dice and turn it, and then they will write, I got 6, I got 4, I got. So they will all jot down the numbers, and then whoever gets add the thing and who gets 100 or 50, you can limit the number. It's up to the teacher. So we will announce as a winner. So the children are so excited to do. So this is a grade 1 and 2. Otherwise what happens, mathematics is a very abstract subject. There is nothing to see in front, whether you teach algebra. And it is not only in primary, even in secondary S level also we have a lot of learning support materials. I got, today I put some slides what is relevant to you so that you relate to your children. So it is a complete, if you just tell them, that is where many children opt out of mathematics because they say, I can't handle it. It requires that particular orientation to do that mathematics. But in Cambridge education, every child will start loving mathematics. Further, they want to take it or not, they will develop their critical thinking abilities. So that is very important for us. And this number multiplication chart, what I have told, we tell the children to look at the patterns, So find out the patterns. Now if you are seeing 42, find out which numbers will, only 2 numbers you have to select which will add to 42. So the kids may say 20 plus 22 is 42, or any 21 plus another 21 may not be there in 100. So they will find out all those combinations, or multiplication patterns also they can see. See here 12 and 12 repeats. Okay, 10, 12, 12, 10. So the number patterns. So these kind of patterns will build up neural pathways in their brain. There's a lot of scientific process. It's not like something like a juggler's, magician's show, okay, do this, do that. No, there is a scientific thought behind everything. Next. Now I'll show you the methods of multiplication, what we teach in grade 2 and 3. This is something, see, this column multiplication is very common, which all of us have learned, right? So if I have to multiply 33 into 25, keep them under the column. So first multiply with 5, write the number. Multiply with 2, write the number. Add them up, you will get 825. All of you know this, right? Now there are other methods. Again same question, why should we do other method? Already we got answer. Our concern is not getting answer. How creatively you can think, and how many different ways you think. These strategies will help you when you start becoming a professional, when you start in a working atmosphere, because it's a psychological training what we are trying to provide. Now there is another way where you will have to do. See, 33, you split that number 30 and 3, 25, this is called as grid multiplication, 20 and 5. Now see what is happening. 20 into 30, 600, then 20 into 3, 60, 5 into 30, 150, 5 into 3, 15. Add the numbers in the last column, like 600 plus 150 plus 60 plus 15, all these 4. So you will reach 825. Again the same answer. So, you know, and then there is another thing, I don't know, it may be little faint. I try to draw that and do this. Is anybody aware of this line multiplication? Have you heard of this line multiplication? So this line multiplication also very exciting. We don't expect them to draw the lines and all. I'll tell in a bit. Again here, see how many lines we are drawing. Some are, slanting lines are drawn like this, and then you count the intersection points. We don't tell hi-fi words like intersection for the children. Where two lines are meeting, circle that and count the number. So how many points are circled over here? Here 15. So here it is 6 plus remaining. So it will be again, I think 15 only, or 20. I can't read from here. Then you add all of them, again you reach the same thing. Now last one is called as Jealousy multiplication. Jealousy multiplication mein what you do is 33, we have written 33 and multiplied by 25. So how you go about this is, so 3 2s are 6, so 0 and 6, because 0 is the number always behind any number, no, so nothing is there 0, so 6 I will write in the second column. Again 3 5s are 15, so I will write 15 over here. Then 3 2s are 6, again 6 here. 3 5s are 15, again 15 here. Now this number is not going to be same, because I have taken 33, it is coming same. Now what you have to do is, actually the grid is this much only, you extend these lines, and then what you do, go on adding the numbers. This is, in the first triangular place only one number is there, so 5 I wrote. So here 6 plus 1 plus 7 plus 5 is 12, so I wrote 12. Then 6 plus 1 is 7, 0 so I don't consider. Now what we do, like any other way, we keep number in the units place, 10 place, we borrow, we carry over. So 2 is kept over here, 1 is carried over, so it becomes 8. So what I highlighted, 825, 825 we got. Now, you know, the advantage of this is, children will become lateral thinkers. We don't restrict them. Now you may ask, what a child of grade 2 and 3 will start doing these sums and drawing the lines and all that? It's such a waste of time. No, it is taken care, don't worry. What we do, that's why I said teacher has to slog a lot. Teacher's homework is more than children's homework in Cambridge. So what they do is, they prepare all these sheets, and even the numbers are printed on the sides and give, and children only have to enter. How beautiful it is. So all these lines are also that grid wala thing also. Everything is provided ready-made for them. This is how the learning happens. And children, trust me, they love maths. You know, I did my first graduation, like BSc I completed in Karnataka. So South mein the whole thing of learning is different. We used to have something called as oral maths and oral tables and all that. Our mathematics teacher was a terror. You know, she would say 10, 15s we have to say. So every morning that clapping and we have to say. So we used to memorize and all. So when I came to Bombay, I joined as a teacher. I said, what is 8 plus 6? Miss, wait. I still don't know how to count this. I still don't know. I said, what are you doing? Come on, tell me. 8 plus 6 is 14. You don't know that? Arey, Miss, I'm counting. So for the first time in my life, I saw people counting the numbers from here and then telling. I don't know what it is. So the phobia for maths is there. Then, you know, sometimes when the children won't do well and all that, I used to counsel them, why are you doing like this? You have to work. You have to. Arey, ma'am, who invented this geometry? Why we have to learn geometry? What is the use? I'm not going to become a teacher. This is the understanding. So mathematics, boss, it is not for becoming a maths teacher. It is the foundation for your life. Without mathematics, your logical thinking won't expand. Whether you want to become, whatever you want to become, that is the foundation. So anyway, so next. Yeah, I was talking about Cambridge. This is one of the favorite subjects I love. It's my favorite. I'll tell you how it is. Global Perspective is a very unique transformational program that helps the student at every stage of schooling, right from grade 1 to grade 12, that is your A levels. You know, they develop outstanding and transferable skills. What they learn to transfer it to everyday situation. This is called as application of knowledge. Okay, so they learn critical thinking, design thinking, problem solving, you name it. They develop all the 21st century skills in this subject. And you know, it prepares them for higher studies and it prepares them for life, these topics particularly. This innovative and stimulating skill-based program places academic study in practical, real-world value. Now, just go to the next slide. I must have put some topics. Okay. So, what we learn over here in GP? See, there are research skills, analytical skills, evaluation we teach the children, reflection, collaboration and communication. So, this is how the pattern works. So, every project we talk about or discuss all these things. You may say, what you are going to tell grade 1 students and senior KG students to do research? What do you mean by research? Research is researching, reinventing and understanding the stuff, right? So, we pose questions, we make the children answer, we tell them to go back and observe. That is a research for a grade 1 child. Okay, suppose we are teaching them about following the traffic rules and everything. So, this happened actually, senior KG mein, in one of the schools I worked. So, the teacher told, see, actually, like, you know, whenever you all go, if you see the red signal, you will have to stop and you have to switch off the AC. All these things were taught. But normally, when the signal is only for 20 seconds, and also Bombay, all the time it is, all the 12 months are hot months in Bombay. So, people generally don't switch off their AC and all that. But the teacher explained and made the children understand. So, then next day children came, Arey, but my papa, no, all the time he keeps it like that only, ma'am, he doesn't switch off the thing. No, then you tell him that Mrs. told and do it. Literally children went and told, now the signal is red, so please switch off AC, we are wasting fuel. You know, not just that, while brushing also, how do you brush? Like, you know, teacher poses, I brush, and what about the tap? Tap, so I open, I hold a brush and then I start brushing. Is the water flowing? Yeah, I like the sound. Kids are very innocent. They won't manipulate to tell anything, lies. So then the teacher would explain water conservation. You can't do like that. You have to conserve water. You have to do this. So children, not just they started doing, they started monitoring the parents. Mama, don't waste that water, put it off. Mama, after washing the hand, when you're putting the soap, you please close the tap and then do. See, this is the transfer of learning. That is how it happens, you know. So, global perspective, as I told, very interesting. They will learn, you know, very good base of language is required over here because they have to prepare the reports, they have to talk, communication skills, oracy, everything works very fantastic. Next. See, these are the skills basically what I was talking about global GP. So, research, analysis, evaluation, reflection, collaboration and communication. Okay, one project is given and always in Cambridge, you know, like what we begin is first with the personal selves, like, you know, what you are doing, how it relates to you, and then local, and then your maybe your town, then your country, and then your, you know, globe, entire globe, how it affects. So, it grows in whirls like ripples of water, how they form like that. So, first it will begin with personal discipline, then your observance in the family, then it goes to the community, like that the whole thing grows. So, that's a very fascinating subject. Next. Now, I also mentioned one subject is there, digital literacy. Now, what kind of topics we cover in digital literacy is this digital world, family and friends, health and well-being. See, today, without technology, we are completely useless, redundant. Okay. So, one common thing what happens is, people of my generation are still stuck in that only forwarding the WhatsApp message. They don't even know how to upload a photo, but they will just forward. Whether they read it, understand it or not, forward to 10 people. That's one thing I hate about WhatsApp. If it was a paid messenger service, then people would think, like whether to send it or not. Today though, they feel, take some great pride. They will read 2-3 lines, don't care to read and forward it to 10 people. Why you do that? Yeah? Don't waste resources when something is free. Anyway, so we teach the children all this stuff. So how to use technology to your benefit, and it need not be a completely different subject also. We can incorporate in science, we can incorporate in computers, in any subject we can incorporate. Suppose I tell children to make one presentation in an English lesson, science lesson or mathematics lesson. So making them to handle that PowerPoint presentation in an excellent way, teaching them how to do the animations, teaching them how to, so that itself is digital literacy. And also making them aware of the consequences on social media. Social media is a very, very sensitive place. It can land you in big time trouble, it can make you very famous also. So you need to be very, very careful when you forward something, or when you even react to something, or you post your comments. So no political comments and no personal comments and no any other stuff. So we teach all these skill set to children. It is not just that because I am on Facebook, I'll post anything, I am on Instagram, I'll post anything. You be everywhere, but you should know how to handle yourself. And we discourage children from entering into any kind of social media, at least till they complete their IGCSE. But still, children prepare fake profiles, because all these media and all, they say 14 years ke baad you are entitled. So sometimes they write fake names and prepare this also we are aware. But it's a very, very dangerous place, how people can hack your information, how they can hack into our account. So all these kind of knowledge also we give in the subject. It can be done as an independent subject, or it can be incorporated in the subjects. But it's a very important thing. Next. So this can be done through discussion, observation, or whatever those kind of things. So thank you for your patient hearing.